Listen, guys, I gotta tell y'all some real shit. I know I shouldn't be cussing, but this is what it is, right? Birds are called birds because they have a bird's nest. Did you guys know that? No, you didn't. You didn't know that. So with that being said, why else do you think there's other things and species of nature that's called things? Because they are doing it. Like, it's that simple. It's like, if a bird was called a bird for its nest, it's called a nest. It wouldn't be called a nest. It'd be called a bird's nest because it sleeps in a nest. It's a bird, right? So let's go on further. This the starter upper. So if the planet Mars was named Mars because of the Mars Greek god Mars, then why would it be called? Why would Mars be called Mars? Because back then, before all the planets existed, there was a Greek god called Mars. And there was also a god called Jupiter and a god called Venus. And these gods, these Greek gods existed, their philosophy existed beyond time and space. So the reason why they were gods back then is the same reason why there's gods now. So when you connect the dots and you realize that there's gods now here, anywhere, everywhere, then you realize that people can be gods and goddesses from beyond space and time. Meaning, this is deep, right? Slow down, Jay. Vitamister. Meaning that being God is being beyond time and space. You are already God, like beyond time and space, if you are already a God. But I am beyond time and space. I noticed that from my own existence. I'm beyond time and space. I can time travel and shit. And I can do magnificent stuff. Because I'm a God. But let's say, for example, you turn into Jupiter. Jupiter is the same concept. It's Mars and Jupiter and Venus and Uranus, and other things. Saturn, for example, is a time god. Time is Saturn. You have Saturday, which is another Saturnian symbol or deity. This being Saturn is Baphomet, or the devil, the advocate. And all these things are connected to each other, and it all comes down to gods, devils, heaven, hell, Earth, and all the planets in our solar system, and then it comes down to being who you are, humanoid, or being a human, or a grasshopper, or anything that's earthly, such as apples and oranges and bananas, things like that. Like, there's reasons why they're called that, and there's a reason why they do that thing that they do when you ingest them. And that's what they do. They give you potassium for bananas. They give you vitamin A, vitamin C for apples, and grapes and oranges, stuff like that. Like, it's simple stuff. It makes sense. So everything has a meaning. Everything is connected to each other. Everything is valuable, and everything has a purpose. So when you realize all this stuff, you can see for yourself. Like, an AC is not just called an AC because it's an AC. It's called an AC because it's an air conditioning unit. Air conditioning unit. ACU. Air conditioning unit. Air conditioning. AC. So air conditioning is a simple modification of itself, saying that AC is air conditioning. But when you utilize the what you call that stuff? The shit when you what's that shit called? It's not a vowel. It's not called vowel or something. It's called acronyms. When you use acronyms, for example, AC is AC unit, air conditioning. So then you have like LCP or something, or ACU, or CPU, or computer, or things like that. Like, that's how God did our shit like this. That's how God did our shit like this. God did our shit like this, and that's how you understand that everything is connected to each other, and that all this stuff is connected. Not only is it connected, it has a value and it has a purpose. So, there's no more cigarette left. So, Yeah, I smoke cigarettes. Still smoking since I was 17 years old, 18, something like that. Anyway, I'm 30 now, so hallelujah, praise Jesus, all that good shit. Now, when you get deeper into the rabbit hole of this information, I'm gonna go all out right now. So, for example, when you see that, you have to see this stuff like this, right? You have to say, what is a cat? And why is a cat called a cat? I see a cat right now. That's what I'm wondering. What's a cat called? Why is it called a cat? CAT stands for something. CAT stands for cat. What does CAT stands for? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that CAT meaning is a acronym for something. And that's why it's called. That's why they're called cats. Like compartment accusation tactic. Compartment accusation tactic. Like that's a cat. That's a cat. Or cool average teenager. Cat. Cool average teenager. Like all these acronyms for the words, the meanings of words, for names and stuff. Like my name is Jay, but when people say Vitamister, how do you decode that? Decode what? When you decode J, Jay, what does that stand for? It stands for joy and um, joy and I'm thinking about it right now. Japanese and yappy. Japanese and yappy. Like something like that. So you guys get my point, right? When you talk about acronyms and the names and words and stuff, and then you realize that the names mean the words and the acronyms mean the words, the names. Like that's what I'm saying. Like all this stuff is closely so close. It's so close, like connected with each other. And so when you deal with something like that on this level, like you gotta understand this is all there is. All this stuff, everywhere you look at, all in the cosmos and the multiverse, all that shit, all that's all there will be. When we go there, when we die, who may never know. We may come back to this planet. We may never know. All reasons aside, like that's the reason why we come here is to learn something new and grow and spiritually evolve and shit like that. Like I think this world is full of shit though, but at the same time, it's the people making it shit, and so the people make it shit. So this world is gradually getting better and better. But as we go on, with God shit, on some God shit, I made that shit happen. I made that shit happen. I made that shit happen. So that's what I'm saying. Like being God, being a God, it's awesome. All things about being gods are awesome. All gods are awesome. When you look at Jordan, you might think he a god, cause he's awesome, bruh. He's so good at what he do. And he might not be the best person in bed, but at least he knows some shit that'll help you out in your long run in your spiritual journey or something like that. He might know, like even LeBron, he might know some shit like be your best person at all times so you can thrive in your best nature. Like you can best in your best situation. Like you can thrive in your best situation. Be the best person, be your best you at all given times, and you may thrive at all situations and given times. Like you could do that. You could talk to people like that. You know, you talk to somebody like that, and they might say some shit like, "Oh, thank you, bro. I need that. I kind of need that information. I kind of need that thought. I kind of need that feedback." But you talk to somebody like that and say, "Yeah, man, that's all you need to hear right quick. Cause don't ever give up. Don't you ever give up. Don't you ever give up. Don't you ever give up. No matter what. You hear me? You too. Don't you ever give up. I know you don't be doing shit, but don't you ever give up, bruh. Keep doing what you're doing and don't stop until you die. That's it, girl, boy, boy, boy. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Thank y'all for watching and listening. It's your boy Vitamister in the house. Sign off. I'm gonna keep my name on here. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna keep the name because if I keep changing my name, it's not gonna be cool. I changed it to a lot of stuff recently. Not too recent, but like recently, like a little while ago. But that's all I can say for now. Thank y'all for watching. Listen, it's your boy Jerron Ruffin, Vitamr Mister, sign off. Peace. One.